Hi, I'm Dennis, and welcome back to the Serious Shift Blogcast. Episode 83, but oh my goodness, it's take 25, I'm telling you. Take 26 is going to be different, and here's why. I have been, in all the other 20-some attempts, I get about two-thirds of the way through, and then I just fall apart. And I have to stop and start again. And the reason I've been failing is on all those previous attempts, I've been trying to keep something secret from you. But I can't, so I've decided this time I'm just going to let you in on it, and then we're going to do this together, and it'll be good for both of us, okay? So, the secret I'm trying to keep is that I'm wounded. I am wounded and worried. About my mum. So, I'm going to tell you what's going on, then I'm going to ask you a question, and then we're going to do a really good blog. And somewhere over the Christmas break, I'm going to learn how to edit. Okay, here it is. Here's what's going on. My mom's 86. She is a hero. She's been battling some medical things for a long time. And she's very frail right now. And she's been in the hospital. And although I expect her to make a good recovery here and return home, it doesn't change the fact that my mother is 86 and frail, and that I had to feed her like a little tiny bird, yesterday, as my brothers continue to do. Because as you'll see, one of the things I'm very thankful for, and I hope you are too, I hope you have a reason to be, is my family and my big brothers. So that's what's going on. And I keep falling apart because I get to this part of the blog, which is about gratefulness, being grateful. And of course, I think of my mom. So now you'll know why I struggle just a tiny bit. And maybe I won't struggle as much because you're in on the secret now. So now here's the question. Do you want to be happier? Take it from me. Do you want to be happier? And do you know how happiness works? Keep in mind this suffering is just suffering because it's actually a recognition of gratefulness and thanks and therefore happiness. Isn't that perverse? So do you want to be happier? Yes, of course you do. And do you know how happiness works? Possibly not. So here's how it works. It doesn't work this way. It doesn't work by getting more of anything other than more love, more gifts. Gifts of love from other people. Fill yourself up. Okay? Happiness comes from, I used to think it came from achieving enough of all the things you need. The real things you need, like security and love and belonging and friendship, and even the things that maybe we don't need, stuff and experiences we can afford for ourselves. I used to think that when you reached an abundance of everything, or more than enough even, let's say, that you would transcend it all and arrive at happiness. And I know that's not how it works now. And I know this because, speaking solely for myself here, because I know for 20 years I've had a lifestyle that has exceeded anything I dreamed about, let's say as a 25-year-old. I wonder if my life could ever be this. If this all lined up, this would happen. Well, that all happened for me 20 years ago. And over the last 20 years, I've had more than I ever dreamed of. And yet there have been times where I've been profoundly unhappy. Okay. And I'm sure the same is true for you. And I'm sure we have also both either experienced or have friends who have had this experience and told us. And enough people have told us, geez, I went somewhere where there were people who we would call poor. We'd say they're poor. These poor people, they have such a different lifestyle than us. They're poor by our standards. And yet we have said, or others have said to us, but they're so happy. So there's ample evidence to suggest it's not about having more that makes you happy. What it's in fact all about is being grateful. Now let's stick together on this. It's about first realizing what you already have and truly being thankful for it. Okay? So I want to ask you to consider this two ways. It's really, really easy to say, hey, imagine how grateful you would be for all the things you have if you suddenly lost it. If it was taken away from you. Only then would you realize, oh my goodness, I used to take this all for granted. You would have a reality of before and after this event. Only with its absence do you feel the loss. Only when you lose someone, or are you about to lose them, or do you realize you're losing them that you feel them, right? Same thing with all your other treasures. And if somebody returned them to you, right? Oh, so you can imagine losing it to appreciate having it. So then turn that around. Imagine instead happiness working this way. Remember a time in your life when you were given a gift and it was just the most perfect, appropriate thing, and you were so happy to have it, you filled up with happiness and a desire to share it. Because somebody gave you something for nothing. Now, we're staying in gratitude here. Somebody gave you something for nothing. You didn't work for it. You didn't earn it. It was just given to you, this gift. It was perfect. It fulfilled you, it completed you. Your happiness, that thing on the inside, welled up and overflowed, and you wanted to share it with others. Okay. So the secret to happiness is this gift of and being grateful when you receive it, having done nothing for it. You're so grateful that gratefulness becomes happiness, happiness you want to share. You share your happiness with others in your words and your deeds and your disposition, in your generosity. Stick with me. Some of the things we're grateful for are our mums and dads. Now, I told you I want you to think about this two ways. I want you to think about losing it now so that you can appreciate what it is to have it. I also want you to think about the profound impact it would have on who you became as a person if you never had it in the first place. Imagine if you never had a role model, if you never had security, if you never had love, okay? If you weren't born where you're born with your high-speed internet connection. Again, this is all about me here. If I wasn't born to my mom and dad who loved each other, stayed in love, and stayed married forever, to my 4 big brothers, to having 6 role models for myself, my mother continues to be a role model, giving when it is literally all she can do is give. Huh. And the backdrop of this, and probably for you, but for me anyway, and I'm born in a country with peace and prosperity and social programs so that I don't have to worry about paying for anybody's sickness or illness. Oh my goodness. That's me. Oh, how lucky I am. Okay. So here's how you can take this. Stop trying to look for more to be happy. Look at what you already have, gratefulness, and here's the gift you get every day. The gift that we both get every single day is time. This thing that we perceive as time simply moves past us constantly. And tomorrow morning, the official start of our new day, when we open our eyes, there's this gift, more of what we perceive as time, another chunk of it divvied up into a 24-hour segment. Here's your gift to go kick some ass and change the world, to set something right, to call that person, to say you're sorry, to say I love you, to ask how you can help, to do something friggin' great, to start the great Canadian novel, American novel, European novel, whatever. To leave your stamp, to do cool work, to make an impact, make a point. Here it is, okay? Stop. Feel that gift. You didn't do anything for it. Here it simply is again. And I am telling you, I'm fresh right now, having just witnessed someone close to the end of the line, good news notwithstanding, 86 years old. It's been a life. My mother's story is generously written. Okay? I am grateful and thankful that, like all good stories, the characters hang with you for a long time, maybe even forever. This week you're get together. My American friends, it's Thanksgiving. Don't just say it, feel it. Don't just tell them you love them, feel that you love them. Don't be thankful, be grateful, and be happy. And thanks very much for sticking with me through this one. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Take care.